To become the Pirate King, to become the world's greatest swordsman, to draw map of the world, to become a brave warrior of the sea, to find the all blue, to be able to cure any disease, to solve the mystery of the void century, to build and ride upon a dream ship, to reunite with an old friend. And while Jinbei hasn't officially declared his dream, to see humans and fishmen coexist. The evidence that potentially supports this claim is the fact that in chapter 623, Jinbei reflects on something that Koala told him, which raises questions in his head about humans and fishmen coexisting. And furthermore, Fisher Tiger said he wanted peace in his final moments later in that same chapter. If we look at chapter 648 as well, despite it being against the law for fishmen to give humans blood, Jinbei still decides to donate blood to Luffy. His reasoning is because he is a pirate, but I think we all know, pirate or not, he would have given Luffy the blood. So, these are the dreams and aspirations of the current members of the Straw Hat Pirates. I have a question for you. Do you have a dream? Perhaps it's one you've had for a long time. Perhaps very recent. Perhaps you're afraid to say it out loud, because I certainly am currently. Or perhaps you're very proud to talk openly about it. Regardless, there will be some who encourage you to chase your dreams, while some who will openly scorn you, calling you unrealistic or telling you to wake up to reality. Who are we to judge though? That's another question that I ask to you, my viewers. Some of the dreams of the Straw Hat crew may appear as grand and ambitious, while some may appear to be personal or simple, prompting characters in the series to question or even mock their dreams. Again I ask, who are we to judge? They're working towards their dream and enjoying the experience of sailing the Grand Line, even though they had tragic background stories prior to joining the crew. As said in One Piece Opening 2, I recommend listening to it. It's really catchy and has a really nice beat. Moving on, this is an example of the mindset you need to have when chasing your dreams. It's not going to be easy, and as mentioned earlier, not everyone around you will support you, and some will laugh at you and clown you. That is why you must believe in your own dream, otherwise no one else will. When Blackbeard says, "Let them laugh," anyone who wants to be first rate will encounter a time when there is no reason to fight back. I was confused by what he meant at first, but now it makes sense. When Bellamy was mocking Luffy for wanting to go to Sky Island, he didn't fight back, because there was no reason to. Why? Well, obviously it's because Nami told him not to fight. On a more serious note, Luffy and Zoro could have just not listened to Nami, since Luffy is the captain after all, and has the final say as the captain. But Luffy decided not to fight. He believed Sky Island truly existed, and didn't care what anyone else thought, so didn't feel the need to explain himself, and funnily enough, a short time later, he and his crew would stumble upon a knock-up stream that takes them to the Sky Island. Amazing, isn't it? Do not misunderstand. There is no use in having a dream and not working towards the dream. As you can clearly see with the Straw Hats, each of them is expert in their own fields, after dedicating themselves to their respective crafts, which is what provides the foundation to allow for them to be able to have the dreams that they have. The first 9 members of the crew even went as far as to go through further training for 2 years after their defeat at Sabody to be able to support their dream and the dreams of their friends. You could argue, well, what about Jinbei? What did he do for 2 years? Well, Jinbei has been practicing fisherman karate since childhood and became a black belt at a young age. Even Brook, how is he an expert? Well, since Brook was originally stuck in the Folian Triangle in the Grand Line, if he wanted to reunite with his old friend, he has to become stronger to survive, because he had been there for 50 years after all. And plenty of monsters have sailed the Grand Line in those years. so staying at the same strength as before his demise just wouldn't cut it. What I'm trying to say is, there's no point in having a dream and not even working towards building a foundation that supports your dream as you take the steps required to achieve it. That's just called having a fantasy, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong here, I'm not a hustle culture or grind the grinder type of YouTuber. There are plenty of those already. I'm just a nobody with a voice talking shit. I just want to make it really clear and emphasize that achieving your dreams is not exactly very easy, at least depending on the scope of your dream. I also do not want you to get disheartened because there are definitely a lot of you who haven't been working towards their dreams since they were little children, like some of these super successful people say they have. And that's okay. While you may feel you are disadvantaged, you should really use that as fuel for motivation to achieve your dreams, whatever they may be. Now, of course, it's important that one might consider that no matter how hard a person may try, some dreams can't be fulfilled, as there are many factors that can contribute to a person achieving their dream, such as age, health, wealth, luck, drive, willpower, etc., which may not always be in your favor. To be honest, I currently don't have the answer to that. I am still but a naive young man after all. But I will say this. Just like how some of the One Piece characters, such as Roger, Oden, and Fisher Tiger, passed on their wills, is it not possible for you to do the same? You work towards your dream, perhaps you make a diary of sorts, and pass it on to a willing member of the next generation who shares the same dream as you, and will do their very hardest to fulfill it. Would you still have any regrets at that point? Would it not have been better than not trying at all? As Blackbeard said, hell, even Shanks did something similar. When he had a meeting with Whitebeard in chapter 434, which was leading up to the Marineford War, when Whitebeard asked Shanks what sort of enemy he gave his arm up to, Shanks said, "I made a bet on the next generation." Is it possible Shanks is aware of his own limitations and feels that he won't be able to fulfill the dream of leading the new era, despite being very powerful? Now, before you flame me in the comments, just know it's just mere speculation. We don't know what his ambition is yet, so speculation is all I can do. Now, as a closing statement, I'd like you to remember this the next time you have your internal life crisis. If you were given the opportunity to take it one step further to achieve your dream, would you take it? Have you built a foundation that will allow you to take that next step? It's something to think about. Now, just to clarify, yeah, I'm not a One Piece YouTuber. If you want that content, I'd recommend watching Mr. Morge, Ohara, Pastor King of Lightning of the Church of Katakuri, Tekken 101 and Barry, Brago D. Ace, Randy D. Savage Troy, Rogers Base, Alpha Too Late, and so many more YouTubers that are out there. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, critique, compliment, subscribe, and share the video. Until next time.